What's up, guys? Welcome back to Life with Franco. As always, hope you're doing good, feeling good, smelling good, and you're excited for today's video because today we're going to be doing my very first impressions of the brand new Sauvage Eau Forte. Okay, and so basically I was at my local Macy's checking out some of the designer fragrances, and to my surprise, the lady gave me a free carded sample of the new Sauvage Eau Forte, and so I wanted to do this cool little first impressions video for those of you who are excited. Now, as of the time of recording this video, the Sauvage Eau Forte is not out yet, but it should be out within this coming week or the next week after, okay? And so, yeah, just wanted to do my first impressions. And then speaking of Macy's, she did tell me that they are going to be doing their 15% off friends and family sale. So for those of you who want to buy fragrances from Macy's, do know that there's going to be a sale coming up, okay? All right, and so, yeah, let's just talk about Sauvage real quick. And so, the only Sauvage that I own is the Sauvage Elixir, which in my opinion is a masterpiece fragrance. It's very, very sexy, very powerful, very masculine, lasts like all day long, like 18 hours on my skin. And honestly, once they came out with it, which is basically an X-ray fragrance, I did not think that Dior was going to launch another Sauvage, because I'm thinking to myself, what can they possibly do that's more than an X-ray? Like, what are they going to do, right? And so I thought that was going to be it for the Sauvage saga. But no, they came out 3 years later in 2024 with the new Eau Forte alcohol-free. And so very exciting, the direction where Dior is going. And I want to say that please watch this video all the way to the end because to me this could be a fragrance that changes the fragrance industry the same way Sauvage Elixir did. And so there's a lot of important things that I want to go over here. Just some stuff to think about, consider, see what's going on, right? And so, yeah, without further ado, let's just get into it. So yeah, Sauvage Eau Forte carded sample, all right? And because it is alcohol-free, just trying to find the atomizer here. Because it is alcohol-free, I'm guessing that the application, the texture is supposed to be different than the typical fragrance. So let's see how it goes. I know I did a lot, but that's because I'm guessing that this fragrance is going to be on the weaker side. So yeah, it's supposed to have like this milky look to it. This is a black little decant, so can't really see. But yeah, it does come across different. It does have like a creamier texture, not as liquidy. Alright, so here's what I'm getting. So, I personally am not a fan of the Eau de Toilette nor the Eau de Parfum. I found both of those to be really like rough and screechy. I did like the Parfum because it's a lot smoother. And of course I love the Elixir here, just because it's stronger, more masculine. In my opinion, this one is, as far as smell goes, this one is already a lot better than the Eau de Toilette and Eau de Parfum. It's a lot smoother. It feels richer, more refined. Still maintaining that same Sauvage DNA. It's like I said, smoother, fresh. I would say that of the four, it does remind me the closest to the Parfum as far as being smooth, creamy, fresh, light, mature. This is a lot more mature than the Eau de Toilette and Eau de Parfum. And so this is still going to be very versatile for ages. So, you know, from teenagers to guys in their 60s, 70s, like any man can wear this. But it's not going to have that same like douchey feel. The same like how would I say? Just like a douchebag feel from that you get from the Eau de Toilette to the Eau de Parfum. Alright, and so as far as top notes, what you're going to be getting in the top, you're going to get alumi resin along with spices. In the mid, we're going to get lavender. And in the base, we're going to get, I think it's musk and woody notes. I may be wrong, okay? I'll just have it here on screen. I could be totally wrong with that. Yeah, so this is just going to be a very easy to wear fragrance. It is musky, it is spicy, it is fresh. It's not It's not the sweetest of all. It is a bit sweet, but it's not going to be the sweetest of all. And like I said, it is going to lie more on the mature side of things. Yeah, it's kind of hard to describe, but it is just gonna be creamier, smooth, light, fresh. Um, this should still be a compliment getter, okay? Sauvage DNA is just a very likable go-to. It's a dumb reach type of a fragrance to where you can just grab and go. It's gonna be, it's just one of those like fail-proof type of scents, okay? And so for those of you who you're not into the eau de toilette, eau de parfum, this would be a nice fragrance to look into. And then of course you get the Parfum. Now, how would I compare this to the Parfum? Again, the elixir, that's its own separate beast. So I would not compare this at all to the elixir. This is gonna go more back to eau de toilette, eau de parfum, that type of DNA. I would say this is just slightly deeper than the than the Parfum, where the Parfum is just a little bit brighter. This one's just a tad bit deeper, warmer, creamy, and smooth. Yeah, basically you can wear this anywhere. I can see a guy from at school wearing this, at the gym, at work. It kind of just has like the Aqua de Gil like mass appeal to where you could just wear it anywhere you go. But I do find this to be a little basic and a little simple. Like, it's not really pushing any buttons. It's not like the most flirtatious of all the Sauvages. It's not gonna be like the sexiest. It's kind of just like, it's more clean cut, more professional, more polished, a little bit politically correct. So it's not gonna be like a sexy sex bomb like you would from like the eau de parfum. Some people like the eau de toilette, but it's not gonna be. It's gonna be a little more clean cut, Aqua de Gio, kind of like Bleu de Chanel. And so just imagine that clean cut, professional vibe you get from those two scents. That's what they did with this, with the Sauvage DNA. Okay, and so yeah, just musky, deep, a little bit spicy, a little bit fresh, and so yeah. All right, so I think that's about it as far as the smell. As far as longevity, because it is going to be alcohol free, I am not expecting this to last as long as the eau de toilette, eau de parfum, and especially not the elixir. So this is not going to be like the longest lasting. But it is nice to see that they are experimenting with alcohol free. The reason for that is because some people, they just don't, their skin does not react well to alcohol. Some people, they are allergic to the alcohol. It just causes negative reactions. And so it is nice to see that Dior is taking into consideration, other people's needs. All right. And so, the question I want to ask here is, where does the Eau Forte fit in with the entire Sauvage lineup? Okay. And so, in my opinion, like I said, this smells better than the eau de toilette and the eau de parfum. The thing that I'm questioning is that because it is lacking the alcohol, how long is it going to last? Because here's one thing, what the lady said, okay? And so she said that, she said this unsure, like the lady who gave me the sample. I asked her, what's the price gonna be? And so she said like she was unsure, but I think she said $165 for the 3.4 ounce, okay? And so that's still gonna be quite a bit of money after taxes. We're looking at somewhere around $180. And so if it's not gonna last long, then it's not gonna grab a lot of people's interest, attention. So they may opt out for the eau de toilette, eau de parfum. And so it's possible that maybe not a whole lot of people will gravitate toward this one specifically, but I do find this, I don't think it's gonna compete with the other Sauvages, eau de toilette, eau de parfum. More so, I think this is gonna be like a side alternative for people who just have negative reactions to the just alcohol-based fragrances, okay? And so, for me, like, as you guys know, I am visually impaired. I have low vision, as you guys can tell by my messed up eye contact looking at the camera. And so, I know what it's like to, have to deal with something and have to find alternative ways to achieve like just what everybody else is doing in order to achieve like the outcome. And so it's really nice to see that Dior is taking into consideration, like I said, other people's struggles, right? And so to me, the Eau Forte is not gonna be one where people are just gonna be like, oh, like, should I get this one or should I get the Eau de Toilette or the Eau de Parfum or Parfum? I think it's just gonna be like a separate Sauvage for, let's say, special needs type of people, you know what I mean? So people like me with disability, of course, my visual impairment has nothing to do with fragrances, but you know what I mean? Like somebody who has a specific condition. Sauvage is very mass appealing, very likable, and so for people who are struggling with their skin, any kind of negative reactions, I think the Eau Forte is really just there to say, hey, I want to get compliments in a way that doesn't mess up my skin, doesn't set off any allergies. But I don't really, if it does not perform long because it's lacking the alcohol, then at that price point, I don't think it's going to be one that's going to compete with the other Sauvages, like I said. I still think that for the masses of people, I think that they're still going to be considering either Eau de Toilette, Eau de Parfum, Parfum, and Elixir. And I think this is just going to be, like I said, just going to be a side alternative, okay? And so, yeah. It still smells the same. Even though it's dried down, it's still smelling the same. It hasn't really changed much. It seems like a very linear scent. And this is just going to work great for anybody, like I said, who's just struggling with special skin needs. This is going to be a great option to go for, okay? And so, something else that I want to say, that this is going to be, they changed the perfumer. I forgot who the last perfumer was to Sauvage, but this one, the perfumer behind this fragrance is Francis Kurkdjian, who's basically like a master perfumer. He has his own line, Mason's Francis Kurkdjian. He's created masterpieces such as Baccarat Rouge 540, Oud Satin Mood, Grand Soir, Gentle Fluidity Silver and Gold. So he's really known for creating masterpieces. And so I bring this up because, like I said, once they release the Elixir, I'm asking myself, what can they possibly do after? Because they can't just keep, like what are they going to do, right? They already have Eau de Toilette, Eau de Parfum, and the Elixir is basically an extrait. Now they changed it up completely. Now they're doing alcohol free, which was very smart from their end. And so Dior is making a lot of money off of the Sauvage fragrances, and they're not going to stop. They're going to keep going and going and going. And so just something interesting that came to my mind is like, what are they going to do next, right? Like in the year 2027. I feel like the only thing they can do is if they're doing something like Sauvage or something like Amouage. I mean, rhymes, Sauvage, Amouage. And so Amouage just has these exceptional extracts where they really put in a lot of fragrance oil. And so like they have Jubilation 40, they have Reflection 45, they have Guidance 46. They also have the Honor 43. They got Interlude 53. And so it's possible maybe they recruited Francis Kurkdjian because maybe in the future they're going to really do like an exceptional extrait for Sauvage, maybe like Sauvage 45. And so I don't know where it is they're going, but maybe they just got Francis Kurkdjian to do this fragrance just to get him familiar with the Sauvage DNA, get his feet wet with the Sauvage lineup. And so maybe in the future, who knows, maybe we'll see like an exceptional extrait, a masterpiece of a Sauvage. I don't know, just something to think about. And so I'm really curious for you guys watching. Comment down below in the comment section, like, where do you think Dior is gonna go from here? Okay, they can't, like, they're gonna create something different, and they already created everything there is to create Eau de Toilette, Eau de Parfum, extrait. Now we've got the alcohol free. Like, the only thing that's left is gonna be exceptional extrait. I don't know, just something I'm curious to think about. Okay, and again, and I want to go back to the whole price thing. So 165. That's what she said. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote her on that. That's just, we're just guessing at this point. But let's say 165 for a 3.4. The thing that I want to talk about here is that when it comes to the Elixir, they are charging still $180 for a 2-ounce bottle and $250 for a 3.4 ounce. Now, of course, because that is more of an extrait, they're just using more fragrance oil, so naturally it's going to be more expensive. But the thing that I am wondering is that because they brought down the price to 165 for a 3.4, like just a little guesstimate, then I'm wondering if from here on out, does that mean that fragrances are going to be dropping as far as prices? Maybe they felt like these elixirs are too expensive. Like the same thing goes with the YSL elixir, 2 ounces for 180. Gucci Guilty elixir, we're looking at 180 as well for 2 ounce. And so hopefully this is a positive sign that these designer companies are noticing that people are probably not buying these expensive 2-ounce bottles for 180. Maybe that they are going to be dropping prices. That could be a positive indicator that moving forward, fragrances could be dropping. I'm not saying that this is what will happen. I'm just saying like this could be a positive sign. Okay. Now because this is alcohol free, it should be a lot cheaper, more affordable to make. So maybe that is one of the reasons for the price drop. It's not something to get super excited for yet, but this could be a positive sign that moving forward, fragrances hopefully will be dropping. Because I'm telling you, man, these designer fragrances are getting into niche territory as far as prices. Okay, like there's certain niche fragrances you could get for the same exact price. Okay, so that's pretty crazy. All right, and so but just to wrap up the video, I want to go back to saying that this is a very likable, fresh, musky, slightly spicy fragrance that does resemble mostly to the Parfum. I do not get Eau de Toilette nor Eau de Parfum vibes, nor the Elixir vibes. And like I said, to me, this is just going to be a separate alternative for people who have special skin conditions. I don't think that this Sauvage Eau Forte is going to compete with the other four. Okay, this is going to be for people's special conditions, and I think that the masses are still going to be choosing between the Eau de Toilette, Eau de Parfum, and Elixir. Okay, and so yeah, like I said, this fragrance should be dropping within this coming week or the next following week. Do expect a price drop from the Elixir to this. And so yeah, you could go to your local Macy's now and see maybe they also have a carded sample just like this, just to get an idea. But yeah, it's just one of the easiest fragrances to wear. You can wear this anywhere. Like I said, gym, school, work. For a day, it's like, again, it's not super flirtatious, super like, it's not like something like the most wanted Eau de Parfum Intense. It's not gonna be something super sexy. It's a very safe, reliable, kind of predictable type of fragrance, similar to Bleu de Chanel, Acqua di Gio. It's just a very safe, easygoing fragrance. It's not pushing any boundaries. I do think it's gonna be a compliment getter, but it's not gonna be like, it's not gonna be anything that's like super unique and attention grabbing. Okay, and so Acqua di Gio is a very safe, neutral type of DNA, and I would say this is somewhere along the lines. Okay, and so just imagine they took the Sauvage DNA and just like simplified it. They took out all the extra elements. They took out all the roughness. They took out all the sharpness. They took out all the flirtatious vibes. It's not as spicy. It's not as sweet. It kind of just sits in the middle, maintaining that Sauvage DNA. Okay, that's kind of what you could expect out of this. All right, and so long first impressions. Thank you very much for watching this video. And as always, please comment down below. Let me know, and something else I forgot to say is that this whole alcohol-free thing, I don't think this is going to be a trend, okay? And so, they created Sauvage Elixir, and that created this entire Elixir trend, Le Male Elixir, Gucci Guilty Elixir, YSL Y Elixir. I don't really see a alcohol-free trend coming up because of the fact that it's not going to last very long, and I feel like a lot of people are not going to appreciate the short performance, is what I'm guessing, in comparison to the price. Okay, and so if it costs $160 and all you get is like 4, 5, 6 hours, I don't think that's really, people are really going to respond well. This should sell right away because people are always curious in the beginning, like, oh, a new Sauvage is coming out. And so it is going to sell, but I think after 6 months it may not sell as much. And so I don't really see like them coming out the YSL Y Eau Forte or a Gucci Guilty Eau Forte. I really don't see that happening, so just something to keep in mind, right? But like I said, comment down below what you think about this. Do you think that prices are going to be dropping? Do you think that they will create like a, let's say a Sauvage 45 with 45% fragrance oil like they do with like Amouage Reflection 45? Do you think they'll create like a Sauvage 45, a Sauvage 50? What do you think about Francis Kurkdjian become the new perfumer? Just let me know all this amazing thoughts. Have you smelled it? Are you planning on getting it? Just let me know your thoughts, all right? And so thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in a future video. You take care, stay awesome, and see you in the next one. Deuces.